I'm Hembright, and this is Brighter Days. I'm here at my friend Amy's house, and we just built this coffee table, which is also an enclosed plant terrarium.
A closed terrarium is exactly what it sounds like. It's a little ecosystem inside of a closed, airtight container. It recycles its own air and water. This guy's had his closed for like 50 years.
If you want to find out how we did it and what garbage we used to make it, keep watching. You will see a dog, the realness of the California wildfire situation. You get to meet my dad, more Bob Ross,
and Caroline's whipped cream trick.
It's true. There's a whipped cream trick. So stay tuned.
We found this on the side of the road ages ago. You can tell how long it's been outside because it has that thin layer of ash in it from the Thomas fire. So here's what I'm gonna do. We get 4x4 chunks of wood for the legs. Then we get pieces of wood on the outside and drill some holes and put some little wood pegs in there so it looks nice all together, and then put the plants inside and a piece of glass on top. My dad's gonna show us how to make the legs the same length. I want you to look for as many similarities between us as possible.
You're gonna put it there, and then you're gonna come out here and just come up right to there. It's the same on both sides. Push it right there. Now, when this chops, this piece will be exactly that piece. So don't move that.
Okay.
Am I doing it? Now those two are precisely the same height.
Dad, I have to say, this gigantic machine being on this like 1/4-inch piece of plywood on a trash can is like the sketchiest thing I've ever seen. He's taught me everything I know. I want to see how much wood I can find for free, so I found this dumpster across from my house.
Ha-ha! Alright, I got these two nice big pieces out of there. Looks like it's gonna be enough. That was really dangerous though. I couldn't even film while I was doing it.
Reclaimed wood always comes at a price. There's some scary nails sticking out.
Smaller little love taps. There it is.
Ah! It's really satisfying. I measured it exactly to the fish tank. I have good news and bad news. Bad news is my guesstimating is almost perfect, which isn't good enough.
Looks like it's gonna be enough.
So this piece isn't big enough, and this piece isn't big enough. But the good news is they can fit together. Don't make fun of this hat. It's Dave's. I think I've lined them up. I'm really, really scared that they're not. That this is just gonna be like wonky like everything else in my life. I'm gonna use some clamps and then I'm gonna drill some holes. And like, I want them to be kind of even. I know they never will be. It's full of sawdust. How do people do this? Woodworking is like really hard. This can't be how the professionals do it.
I don't think it probably is.
No. In theory.
Beautiful.
Ow! It's a dead rose bush. Hey, look at that. So that worked. I did that a bunch more times and got the long sides together. I'm gonna do the same thing to the short sides.
I have to say, I kind of love this.
Sometimes mistakes make things even better. Now we just gotta wait for the glue to dry. Something weird happened. It's the weather. The sky is all gray. I don't understand it. This is Southern California. I'm actually pretty happy for all this fog. This means that I'm not dying in the sun. It also means that, you know, we're not on fire like the rest of California right now. I'm not making this up, and I'm not making light of the situation. I know people who have lost their houses. Thanks to our awesome firefighters, this one turned out fine, so I kept working.
Caroline.
warning belts and 1 fire warning later, it's actually looking kind of good. I love it. I'm gonna hit it with finer grained sandpaper. Extra fine for extra softness. Okay. I left some little gaps. We're gonna fill those gaps with some wood putty. This stuff goes on pink and it dries natural. So you know when it's dry. Finally, we got a coat of stain on the base. We tried to match the wood that was already on the fish tank. Now just a few coats of polyurethane and it'll be ready to use as a coffee table. Now it's time to make the closed terrarium. We started off at our local nursery to get the right kind of plants. There are so many plants to choose from, and a closed terrarium is gonna have some really specific needs. That's why we're not just taking free plants from anywhere. We decided to ask a professional.
You want to pick plants that have similar water and light requirements. A lot of ferns do really well. The main key is making sure your plants match.
See that hat real quick?
Oh yeah.
There's nothing wrong with having a tree as a friend. Did you get what you want?
I think so.
They're really beautiful.
Aren't they? The Jurassic era in my hand.
The Jurassic era. That gave us an idea. We had to immediately go to the thrift store and find some plastic dinosaurs. But mostly we just found the fanny pack. This is Flav.
Never. Speedy little turtle.
I don't think there's any dinos, but you could put some of these little...
A Franciscan monk
Okay.
and some Native Americans.
So you could put a giant cockroach in there.
I mean,
It's kind of awesome though.
but it's a giant cockroach.
It's really great. Cleaning the aquarium. What are you using to clean it?
Fold up newspaper and white vinegar. It's kind of an old school way of cleaning glass. Who needs Windex? Vinegar can do everything. Basically, you have to keep working on one spot until it's completely dry, otherwise it'll leave streaks.
We found this little hole. It looks like someone shot the thing with a gun. We're gonna have to fill it. So I'm just gonna put tape on the bottom and fill it up with my favorite glue.
E6000.
Step 1 of making a terrarium is you fill the bottom with rocks.
Yes, she said rock.
Kind of like small pebbly ones. So I just wanna make a nice little layer. You can do the hard work. You wanna do the hard work? So the rocks provide drainage at the bottom.
You can't have your plant roots sitting just in water all the time. They'll go funny.
Next,
We got some peat moss. This again is to deal with the drainage issue. Peat moss is really good for retaining and holding on to water, so it'll sort of store it and release it as needed.
all right, that's probably good.
Caroline, can you show me your whipped cream trick?
My,
Whipped cream trick.
how did he know about the whipped cream trick?
What? That's so much better than I expected.
Next, charcoal. Why did we buy these $5 bags of charcoal instead of just using this charcoal from the fire pit?
Because this is activated or active charcoal.
It is apparently an important difference. What is that big piece? No, we have to crush this.
We have to crush it.
Yeah. Penny, you better move. Thank you.
Alright. This is you're not smashing it into anything. Get something to collect it in.
Oh, it's not filming yet, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is. Next step.
We need 2 inches of potting soil.
Do you want help?
No.
Stop eating charcoal. Maybe like 3 inches, but
That's fine.
that's fine.
Best part.
Yay!
This is like outdoor interior designing. Designing an interior outdoors.
How much water are you putting on it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Giving it a haircut.
Yeah.
Celebrating like we're done, but we're not done. We still need the piece of glass for the top. Well, I found some plexiglass instead. And my dad is going to show us how to break it.
I will clamp it to the table. Then we use this little scribe. So I pull myself this way a little bit as I go. And you can see that's what comes out. So I'm going to do it about 3 times to. Then I'll turn it over. I know that's almost like scratching on the chalkboard. Now, if this works like it should, when I break this, it'll make a perfect break along that line. Sometimes it doesn't, but we'll try it. You ready? Okay, here we go. No, there is a little bit there, but here's the thing. This you can sand down. Carefully do it on the grinding wheel. You don't want to do it too fast.
We thought we would put a little something soft as a finishing touch on the bottom of the feet so it doesn't scratch the floor. This is actually an old pair of jeans we cut up. Finally, it's ready to be done.
We'll straighten that out later. There's one more crucial thing that this terrarium needs desperately.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
Where are the dinosaurs?
You are a dinosaur. It is functional. Hi, I'm Caroline Hambray, and this is Brighter Days. I'm here at my friend Amy's house, and we just built...
Hi, I'm Caroline Hambray, and this is Brighter Days. I'm here at my friend